As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 93 of Running the Red Line. I am your host Brett, and I am joined as always by my co-host Andy, who is a speedy little boy.
Speed
How are you
merchant.
this week, mate?
Yeah, this is the secret to it all. Aldi, Danish.
Are those
butter
Danish cookies?
I'm absolutely mad for these. They're like
They're so good.
win to me. I can't really say that on a podcast.
in the first few minutes of the podcast, get us demonetized. Not that we're even monetized.
Yeah.
We're not even monetized, so don't worry. Don't worry.
We never will be now. Right, I'm going to inject these Danish butter cookies into me big toe. But these things are absolutely phenomenal. I've just been smashing them all week.
They are incredible, those Danish cookies. But do you know what the worst thing in the world is?
What?
When you go
What do you mean?
when you go to someone's house and they've got a tin of butter cookies, and you open it and it's a sewing kit.
I was going to say it's like, yeah, something other than Danish butter cookies. Yeah,
they've
'Cause
reused
they've
the
kept
tin.
Yeah, that's poor. But yeah, these things are phenomenal. I went into, in fact, have you ever done something a bit embarrassing and got, and just
Have I ever done anything embarrassing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Too many
okay.
things. But
I'm
luckily,
in good company.
I grew up in the time before mobile phones and the internet, so it's
I
all lost in the ether.
I went to track the other day at Worcester, and then on the way back went to Aldi. I just done like, I don't know what the session was, 16 by 400 or something like that, and then went to Aldi, came out with stacked with a pizza, garlic bread, and no joke, 4 tins of these because they're only £3 each. Cross country says, "All right, Andy." Cross country captain says, "All right, Andy, how's it going?" So sorry, mate. I'll be better in the next race. Honestly, I promise. But yeah, these things are good. One thing I did want to quickly mention, which is left field. Did you know tonight there is a fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua? I didn't know anything about it until like literally yesterday. And it's on Netflix, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't know any about the marketing or the hype or.
Wow.
But have you seen the weigh-in and all that?
Oh, mate! If it goes any further than a round, it's ridiculous.
Well, I don't think Anthony Joshua comes out of this well at all, apart from his pockets being very healthily lined.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win, he's an absolute joke and obviously a cheat. And if he does win, he'll be the guy that's remembered as the only person he can beat is a YouTuber. So, but did you see that some of the weigh-in and stuff? That Jake Paul is. You can just see Eddie Hearn in the back, like the promoter, just rubbing his hands, thinking this is content gold.
Well, that's the only reason like Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn took the fight is because they offered him more money than he could say no to. They offered him so much money. They were like, "Yeah, we'll take that off you to beat you up. Yeah, why not?"
Well, listen to this. Jake is just going mental. He's just done his weigh-in.
Is it?
I'm coming on
Is
his
that
ass.
Macho Man Randy Savage?
Do you
Or
know
Hulk
who I
Hogan?
am?
Listen to me, brother.
When the ring bells,
When the
I'm
ring
coming
bells.
on his ass.
When the ring bells.
I'm coming on his ass. Jake. You can just see the promoters going, this is going to get shared 100 million times.
But the thing is, Jake Paul's not even a heavyweight, is he? He's a cruiserweight. So
Yeah, that's what makes this all so potentially dangerous as well.
Yeah, but what's ridiculous is the whole point of heavyweight is there is no weight limit. Because it's heavyweight. So there's no upper weight limit. But as part of the contract, they've made Anthony Joshua have a weight limit.
Well,
so it can't be a proper heavyweight fight because there's a weight limit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because, like, have you seen them squared up to each other? Like, he's about a foot shorter.
Yeah.
And I just feel really sorry for actual boxing fans. Like, the sport of boxing.
Oh, it's become a circus, hasn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say it's unfair because there are obviously still a lot of good fighters out there, and a lot of people, are more into, different weight divisions and things like that. But the YouTubers that have come along and have just literally done what YouTubers do, and they've just do best and just taken over it and pretended that they owned it this whole time. It's just it's a bit cringe, isn't it? But it's one of those things. It's like I can't look away because it's so cringe. It's like, I kind of want to see who wins now. I kind of want to see.
But
if he does get knocked out first punch.
If you think about it, yes, Anthony Joshua has lost and been knocked out by lots of boxers. Like who was the last one he fought? Daniel Dubois knocked him out. But he's a professional boxer. So he's gone up against boxers and he's lost to boxers. He went up against Francis Ngannou, who was like this big, scary guy, the best MMA fighter ever, massive heavyweight, was going to give him a run for his money. And within a few rounds, he'd knocked him out so he didn't even know where he was. And his legs had collapsed underneath him. So if he can do that to a fighter who is like, but not a boxer, what's he going to do to a YouTuber who thinks he's a boxer?
It's literally like, I don't know. It's a bit like getting Ronaldo or Messi playing for Redditch United.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like not like, is he going to score? It's going to be how many is he going to score in the first 5 minutes? It's ridiculous. And if he doesn't, there's something seriously wrong.
That's what I mean. Yeah. If it goes longer than a round or two, there's something seriously wrong. Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just the thing with boxing, isn't it? It's just the hype is the everything is done before the fight, isn't it? And that's how they get you, isn't it? With all the trash talk and all that sort of stuff. And
because that's where they make the money. They've got to sell the fight, and the fight could last 10 seconds. Yeah. But they've sold it before and made the money out of it. So that's the whole thing. It's marketing, isn't it?
But if you were AJ though, I mean, it's like he's obviously got no morals because why on earth would you take that fight? Well, of course, obviously you take it because it would. I don't know how much money they stand both to make. It must be millions and millions of dollars and pounds.
Far too much. Yeah.
And I imagine, like usual, Jake Paul's going to make more money because I think he made more money than.
Who was
his last fight?
He runs a promotions company, doesn't he? So MVP, Most Valuable Promotions, is Jake Paul's company.
So he's got nobody to pay. He's got no one. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous, really. And boxing fans must be like, I can't believe this has happened. It nearly happened to football with the talk of the.
Yeah.
I was gonna say European Dream League, but that's FIFA 99.
Super League, yeah.
That's it. I can't remember what it was called, but they tried to henpeck like some of the top clubs to be in this super Premier League, and one or two went, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my God, can you imagine it? What would have? I mean, that brings me on to the World Cup. Did you see the World Cup draw got done in America the other day with
US,
Trump?
Canada, and Mexico all in the same group.
Yeah, it's I didn't actually know that. Are they?
Yeah, they all got drawn out like one after another.
They're in the same group. The whole idea of hosting a tournament is that they've got at least a chance of making the next round.
I'm pretty sure they all got pulled out one after another because Trump was pulling out the the names out of the thing.
That guy makes me. I know some people will say, well, it's easy for us to stand and laugh because we don't live in his country.
Yes.
But,
yeah.
but what? It's like, is he really the leader of the free world? Like, did you see him? Like, I've just been watching again. It's like the whole Netflix and boxing and stuff. I keep watching his interviews, and he literally talks. Reporters ask him a serious question about the Epstein files or something like that, and he just ends up telling them that they're a lousy reporter, and he doesn't actually answer the question that he's been, or the thing he's been accused of. All he does is just say that what you do is you try and bring me down. That's all you'll ever do. And he tried to say that what he's doing at the moment with medication, he wants to make medication 700, 800 or 900% cheaper. And someone said, okay, let's just do a quick maths lesson here. If something was, £10 and we made it, 50% cheaper, that would be £5. If it was 100% cheaper, it would be free. If it's 900% cheaper means you're giving me like 900 quid or whatever it was, 90 quid or whatever it was. So it's like he says things and he just doesn't think about what he's saying. But we're gonna we'll have a Trump one day, won't we?
I'm just looking at the groups, and no, they're not in the same group. So I'm not sure what it was, but everybody was like, there was this big thing online about like Canada, USA, and Mexico being pulled out of the numbers.
Well, I mean, I thought this about the Qatar World Cup. I thought it was going to be in December. I'm going to hate it because it's all oil money and it's all, a Disneyland World Cup. But I watched every game. I loved it. I can't not enjoy it. And I know exactly the same thing. And if you want to stage a world event, America aren't going to do a bad job, are they? They're going to do and Canada and obviously Mexico.
Remember USA 94?
I love that tournament. England weren't even there.
I know. And
do you remember Diana Ross taking that penalty? Yeah.
Yeah, missing, yeah. But the goals.
The goals broke. Yeah. Because that's what they're supposed to do. Diana was supposed to shoot and score and then break the net, but she just hit it about 6 inches and then the net broke anyway. Yeah. Oh God, absolute comedy gold. Oh, funny stuff. So that's to look forward to next year.
Yeah, and then the Olympics is going to be in America as well, isn't it? LA.
Yeah. That will be good. Because I think, when was LA? Was LA in the 80s? 84 maybe? Because I think Seoul was 88, was it? I'm sure it was 84 or 80. I'm going to play 84. Barcelona 92. Seoul 88. I'm going to say LA 84. Because they have had it before. I'm sure they have, LA.
List of Olympic Games host cities. Come on.
84. Shall I change it? I'm going to change it to 1980. No, I'm going to say 84. 84. LA.
What?
Atlanta was 96.
So, LA was 84.
Yes.
Seoul was 88.
Yep.
And then
Barcelona.
Barcelona was 1992.
Such a beautiful horizon. I think they played that at the start of the Barcelona Marathon, by the way, which is pretty cool.
Oh, really?
If anybody listening is doing Barcelona, yeah. Because I remember watching Will's video.
Then Atlanta was 96.
Yeah, remember that.
Nagano was...
Nagano is a Winter Olympics.
Oh, yes, it was.
Nagano.
Not in
That's
98. Yeah, sorry.
That's Japan.
Sydney, Australia was 2000.
Yep. Athens 2004.
In Greece
Beijing
2004. Then Beijing 2008. London 2012. What an Olympics that was.
London.
Yeah.
The city
Rio.
of London. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that as well.
The city of London.
Rio was 2016, Tokyo 2020, Paris 24, and yeah, it would be LA 28. And then, do you know where it is in 2032?
Is it? Hang on, where's? So 28 is LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it somewhere like? I want to say Australia, but then now I'm thinking somewhere like Istanbul. No, I don't know.
Mate, it's in Brisbane.
Bloody hell, mate! That reminds me, I've changed my Garmin as to an Australian woman. So every time I do a lap, I press lap on the track and she's like, 40 bloody 4, mate. That's bloody bonza. You're doing a bloody great job, mate.
Have Garmin set it up so bloody is every other word?
Yeah, they have actually.
And
that's the only word I can say in Australia.
And every fifth word is mate.
Mate. That bloody 4, mate.
Brilliant.
So quickly before we move on, what's your favourite? I think I know the answer to this. Olympics.
Oh,
that you have fond memories of.
I have fond memories of Barcelona just because of the theme song of Freddie Mercury and that soprano opera singer. Can't remember her name, but what a great tune that was. I just remember singing that all the time. But it's got to be the city of London. Yeah.
See, I was a big fan of Atlanta 96 because I just remember, I think I was I would have been 11, wouldn't I? Nearly 11. And I just remember watching the whole Olympics that whole summer. And I remember the 100-meter lineup. Was like Atto Bolden. Was it Frankie Fredericks? Linford would have been retired by then. But then you had Michael Johnson in the 200.
Yeah.
Who was
with
RGB?
his gold
Roger
spikes.
Black. Yeah. Would we have had Roger Black? Would he still have been going in?
He would have been. He was a 400 runner though, weren't he?
Yeah. I remember Roger Black.
And
Jonathan Edwards.
Yeah,
I think that's where he set the world record, wasn't it?
Ewan Thomas would have been running. And the 4x4 relay. Is that the one that they've recently had the gold medal given to them? Because the US
someone failed a test
cheated.
Or something.
Yeah, one of the US runners actually they found out that he was doping, so they lost their medal, and
so
GB have got the gold.
Oh, they got the gold. Wow.
Yeah, so it was Roger Black, Ewan Thomas, Jamie Bolsh, and who was the fourth one?
4x4.
Yeah. I can't remember who the fourth one was.
Let's have a quick look.
But I'm sure that was the one where they've had their gold. Or was it world champs? I don't know. I ain't got a clue.
You'd be gutted, wouldn't you, if you got gold by default?
So you didn't get your momenting of glory actually at the Olympics?
You got 3 out of 4. Roger Black, Jamie Bolsh, Ewan Thomas, Mark Richardson.
Yes.
I'm just going to look at that 100-metre men's final. men's final. Atlanta 96.
Was Cole Lewis still running then as well?
He, for some reason, was maybe a little bit before my time. Was he the 80s?
Yeah, he was big in the 80s. I'm sure he was still running early 90s, though.
Here we go. Donovan Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just watching it now.
What year was it? 96.
Just this particular one.
So, he
ran a world record, Donovan Bailey, 984.
Was that the year that Oakley made those special glasses for that guy? Can you remember them Oakleys? Where
we talked about it, didn't we?
They went over the head. Ears, they like two straps that went over the top of the head. Yeah.
Yeah, they look ridiculous, didn't they? I don't know if they look ridiculous at the time, but they look ridiculous now, don't they? Yeah. Yeah.
I bet they're worth some money though.
Yeah, do you reckon they're still sort of in circulation? Imagine if you still own a pair.
I know, there can't be many pairs left, can there?
Because were we talking about this on the podcast last week? Oakley wasn't originally an eyewear company, was it? It was something to do with skiing and cycling or something, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oakley. Oh, maybe I was watching.
I thought they were always I thought they were always an eyewear company.
Oakley. I don't know. Maybe that's. I don't know. Maybe I dreamt that.
You making things up again?
Yeah, fake news. I mean, I've been watching too much Donald Trump.
Yeah. Making things up again, like Arnold from Book of Mormon.
See, I haven't seen it, so I can't quote that.
Dude, you've got to watch it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I would like to see it. It's just one of those things that's always sold out or too expensive or both.
Yeah.
Every time I go down there. I would love to go down to London and just have like a West End budget given to me to spend, like here's 200 quid a night. That probably wouldn't get you very far, wouldn't it? It'd get you one ticket maybe.
Yeah.
But like to see like all because I still haven't seen Lion King. I still haven't seen
Oh wow.
Les Mis. I still haven't seen a lot of the big shows on the West End.
See, Les Mis has changed now. They've changed the staging of it
Have they?
from how it used to be. So I don't know what it's like now, but there was a big not uproar, but there was a big conversation about it changing from how it had run on the West End for 20 odd years, and they were making a change and they were changing the way it worked. But yeah, I went to see it when it was still like the revolving stage, and it's incredible. So
yeah,
good.
I know it's been going that long for a reason. But I remember a quiz question used to be, what's the longest running thing on the West End? And everyone used to go Les Mis, but it wasn't. I think it was actually Mousetrap.
Yes.
I don't know if that's still on. Is it Mousetrap?
No, I don't think that's on anymore.
Isn't that like a...
It's a play rather than a musical.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's still a West End show, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
But isn't it like a famous writer, like... someone's probably screaming the name of it at home. But I can't think of their name.
Like Sylvia Plath or something like that.
Mousetrap. Writer. Agatha Christie.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a whodunit, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Quite possibly, because they're in the mousetrap and they're trying to capture.
Interesting.
Yeah.
25 minutes in. What is this podcast? We are talking about Mousetrap.
It's us talking nonsense. And then a tiny little bit of running in the middle.
A little bit of running. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Whilst I just in case I forget to mention this, can we, both of us, on behalf of us and the podcast, can we thank Adam for coming on last week?
Ah, yes.
That was really good having a chat to Ad, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and
it was.
You know, Ad's basically, I don't think he'd call himself sub-elite, but he is really, isn't he? He's not far off being sub-elite, and he's such a humble guy, and he's, I've just got a lot of time for that guy, and we've had some good numbers as well.
Yeah,
We've, I think, actually, one of our best ever month. Look at this, all-time downloads since we've had Ad on. We're top of the league. That's the most listens ever. So thanks, Ad.
Yep.
Maybe that's the key. People are fed up of me and you. Oh, someone else is on it this week. Well, listen to that one.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, they might actually talk about running this week.
Yeah. Oh, funny stuff. No, but it was great, wasn't it, having Adam on? And cheers, Ad, if you are listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Also, we need to do some thanks as well to everybody who got in quick for merch. The response to the merch was incredible. So thank you so much to everybody who jumped in and managed to snag a piece. Because of such a good uptake, and we had several comments and several messages from people saying they'd missed out. I am going to try and do a restock over the weekend, so they can get back online. And I think in the UK, the last posting date to get things before Christmas is Monday. So keep an eye out. If you did miss out, keep an eye out on our Instagram and my website, and hopefully things should pop back up. And if you order it before probably midday on Monday, I should be able to get it in the post and get it to you before Christmas. So, thank you so much to everybody who decided to get involved with the merch. I took a massive bag full of stuff to the post office earlier in the week, and I had to apologise to the person in the post office because I was there for quite some time, weighing them all out and putting it all into the computer and sticking all the labels on and everything. So
don't apologise to them. Apologise to the people behind you in the queue.
Yeah. Luckily there was 2 counters and 2 people working, so they could go to the other one. But yeah.
Oh well, just well, you'll be pleased to know I've gone for some. For my half, I've invested in a property in the south of France, and Brett's just played it cool, and he's gone for a yacht. Brett's just gone straight in for a yacht. So
man, imagine if we could do that. That'd be incredible. Yeah, no, it's probably just about paid for our
postage.
Yeah, no, it's probably paid for our what's called our yearly membership to be able to upload the podcast online.
To actually do a podcast. Yeah.
So rather than it coming out of our own pockets, it's come out of some dare I say profit?
Yeah, maybe.
So thank you very much indeed. It means your support means that we can continue the pod next year. Which is ace.
So have we got a second series? Well, on that note, we are actually after today going to have a little Christmas festive break, but we'll be back in the new year on our 3rd birthday.
Yes.
And we are hurtling towards as well our 100th episode.
You say our 3rd birthday. Is it actually? What?
No, it'll be our 2nd, won't it?
Yeah.
But we'll be 3 years old.
No, we'll be 2 years old because we'll have done it for 2 years. Because when you're born, you don't go right on 1. You're born.
No, you're 0.
You're
on
0.
Your birthday.
So we started
1.
2 years ago. So when we started, we were 0. Last year we were 1.
Yeah.
So this January will be 2.
Yeah. I think that's how long the podcast episodes are. I think I actually have lost a year of my life. I've just got a year back. I feel brilliant. That's brilliant, that is. It's only been 2 years, not 3. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right. It will be 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
do you think we should do 100 something special for the 100?
Yeah, I was going to say racing towards that 100th episode. Yeah, what are we on now? 93. So in the new year, it'd probably be February when we hit
around about Seville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we could do a live podcast from Seville. There we go. Take all the money from the merch. We'll move to Seville. We'll do what Chloe does. We'll just go to Seville when it gets cold.
Yeah. Don't like racing in the cold. Let's go to a hot country instead to race. Yeah.
Yeah. But So we're thanks for everyone that's bought some merch, and very, very, very humbled that people have actually said yes, we'll have some. So thanks very much. Cheers to you. Nice one.
Yes, definitely.
So I was going to say, speaking of our listeners, I asked on Instagram.
Oh yes.
Like what people, how everyone's doing like Spotify Wrapped and everything. You feel like saying, come on, we've still got 2 weeks left of this year. But you know how everyone's like winding down their year and going through. I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon, and I asked the sort of question yesterday, what are sort of people's sort of best moments and stuff that people have been listening. So shall I read a few out?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So we've had a few people write in, and first of all, we probably will mention him soon, but we had Run with LH.
Oh, okay.
The highlight of his year was not dying at Telford. We'll explain more in a bit. He also said my first marathon at 3:16 in London this year for sure.
Ah, like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What? Hang on.
3:16.
Again, a reference I don't get. I was never a wrestling fan.
Yeah. To be honest, Stone Cold Steve Austin is after my time of wrestling. I was a wrestling fan when it was WWF, and then I sort of lost touch with it after that when it became WWE.
I thought it was the way around. I thought Hulk Hogan was WWE.
No,
and he was...
WWF was what it was originally, World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
And then obviously WWF, which is the World Wildlife Fund, said, hang on a minute.
Is that why they had to rebrand?
There's a bit of a problem here. So they rebranded to WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh, God. Of course, yeah. Oh,
so back in the day of like WWF, that was my time. And then, when it changed to WWE, I stopped watching.
Well, in our family, we must have had a really affluent year, because I remember for 1 year, I think it was about 1997, we had Sky. I felt like, what's his name from the royal family, Jim Royal. I couldn't believe it. I was just didn't move, just sat down in my pants and just watched.
Trying to watch the scrambled channels, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Babe Station, Many Motors, and what was it? Bravo. Big fan of Bravo. The Red Shoe Diaries. Oh yeah. What else was there? RTL 2. It was a German. I was watching the German channels, hoping I'll get a bit of blue. At 9:30 onwards. Don't worry, Mum. I'll turn the TV off. You carry on up to bed. Quick, get the German channels on. RTL 2. RTL 2. Yeah, good. Great stuff. Bravo was always good for that as well. But yeah, I used to watch the wrestling occasionally on Sky, because I think it was on Sky One or whatever it would have been back then.
Yeah.
And my favourite wrestlers for that year that we were watching it, I think I used to quite like who was the one with the sock? Was it The Undertaker?
No, that was Mankind.
Mankind.
Yeah, what's his other name? Because he had about 3 or 4 different names, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like a really smelly sock.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's to like knock people out.
Yeah. Oh, but what was his normal name? Hang on.
That's just reminded me as well. There was one year when there was an album that got brought out.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Him.
He just sounds like someone down the social club, doesn't he? Mick Foley. Wow, what a look! What a look that is.
And there he is. That is Mankind with his sock.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Wow. And I remember there was an album that came out, and all the walk-ons songs would be there, and there was a song called the Walls of Jericho.
Yeah, for Chris Jericho.
There was what else was there? Obviously the Rock.
See that was after my time. All of them ones that you've just mentioned, they were all after my time.
Yeah, this is probably more like 98, 99, isn't it?
Yeah.
But and those are some of the wrestlers I remember. I'm sure it was borderline getting a bit silly by now. That's probably what wrestling fans were probably thinking, weren't they?
Yeah, but you say that, but when you think back to what it was like in the late 80s, early 90s, it was still just as ridiculous.
So who was in Hulk Hogan's day?
So there was the Big Boss Man.
Remember the Big Boss Man
costume. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Jake the Snake Roberts, who had a python in a bag.
I remember
that. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, who would chop their hair off if he won. The Repo Man, Coco Beware, Jimmy Superfly Snooker, Bret the Hitman Hart, and
of course, yeah,
and Owen
Bret and Owen Hart, wasn't it?
And then there was also what was his name? Jim the Anvil something, who was the other half of the Hart Foundation, the tag team. There was the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, the Rockers.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
That's it.
Jim Neidhart.
Then there was the Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, I remember Shawn Michaels, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there was some Earthquake and Typhoon, who were massive.
Earthquake.
Papa Shango. Can you remember him?
No. How were you watching this then in the 80s?
You used to get it very rarely, like old or really old, like past episodes on terrestrial TV every now and then. You didn't get it very often.
But doesn't sound very BBC friendly. That must have been an ITV or Channel 4.
But the way I think it was Channel 4. But the way I was watching it mainly was VHS videos. Of
course, yeah. Have you just got that? That'd be brilliant if you've still got them all taped somewhere.
I've got them like as in they were proper bought VHSs. So I've got like
from a shop.
I've got like Royal Rumble from like 90 something and SummerSlam and
brilliant.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Okay. So that's how you'd watch all your
yeah. And my favourite wrestler was hang on. Is he in here? Yeah, he is. Hang on, 2 seconds.
Oh, is this your little cupboard of collectibles?
Yeah.
Your little cabinet.
So
Trapped in cabinets.
Oh, obviously, because of his name, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah, of course.
But my favourite wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, I remember the Ultimate Warrior.
Who went slightly mad because he thought he was the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he sort of lost his marbles because he was convinced he was the actual Ultimate Warrior.
Right. Okay. What a time. What a time to have been alive. But I guess a lot of it is playground chat, isn't it? Like what your mates were into on the playground back then.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Influenced what you watched. And
the hearsay, because obviously it wasn't like the internet. So they would say they'd watched something and they'd probably be telling complete lies. But it would then go around the playground of what had happened.
Yeah. Good times. How do we start talking about wrestlers?
Because of Stone Cold Steve Austin 316.
Yeah, and what's that got to do with Stone Cold Steve Austin again?
That was like his like catchphrase. I don't even know what it was all about. Hang on.
Who was it was it him that used to do the Boston Crab?
No, that was
Tombstone. Because I remember some of the moves.
Yeah. The Boston Crab was what was his name? The Iron Sheik. Can you not remember him? And Sergeant Slaughter.
No, I do not remember these guys.
Oh,
no.
Man.
But what's the Boston Crab? That was the elbow.
No. The Boston Crab was they'd be lay face down and you'd sit on their back and get your hands underneath their armpits and behind their head and pull them up. So you were bending their neck
back.
Of
course. Yeah. No, I'm thinking of the People's Elbow, aren't I?
Yes, yeah, the Rock's move.
The People's Elbow. Oh, funny.
So Stone Cold 316 refers to the iconic catchphrase of WWE legend Stone Cold Steve Austin. Born from his famous Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass." Hang on. After winning the 1996 King of the Ring tournament, a sarcastic jab at opponent Jake the Snake Roberts and his religious Bible thumping. This line, mocking John 316, launched Austin's anti-hero persona and became a cultural phenomenon celebrated annually by fans on March the 16th, 316.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like some biblical reference.
It is. It's mocking John 316.
Oh, right. Yeah, I just whooped your ass. Is that from Genesis? Or is that from, yeah. And I say upon to you, dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. Good times. Well,
yeah. Anyway, run with LH 316.
Yeah, 316.
I just whipped the marathon's ass.
Yeah. This next one is from Brett Doe. And he says, as a 63-year-old, my favourite moment is every time I put my shoes on before every run.
Ah, ace.
That's nice.
Amazing.
I love that. Nice. This is Matty MCR89 has just took a picture of all his favourite medals.
Oh, flexing.
There's a couple of Manchesters in there, so he's obviously done it more than once. And right in the middle, I can't even zoom in and see. Is that the Great North Run? There's a couple of Manchester halves in there. But there's a Brighton Marathon one at the top centre, which
nice.
looks... a very nice... I don't know if you can see that. Very nice
medal cabinet.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That looks pretty cool. Mortis318 says, running my first 2 half marathons. Adam Neal, legend, says, running the Stafford half in 1:23:55.
Nice.
So, yeah, well done, Ad. That was back in March, I think. So, yeah, well done for that. This is Chris, running adventures. Chris Doras said, securing PBs in 5K, 10K and half in 25:40, 55:55 and 2:09:09. So, well done, Chris. Ryan Close has said, doing an Andy and running 2 marathons in 7 days, Manchester and Belfast.
Yeah.
Nice one,
Amazing.
Ryan. And Rob Scott has said, joining Rochdale Harriers and AC and racing cross country.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah. Nice one, everyone. Thanks for writing in.
Yeah. Ace. That was pretty last minute as well. When did you put that up?
Well, I put that up last night, which would have given everyone 24 hours because I was thinking, should I just do it at 6 o'clock before we go and air at 7 o'clock? But everyone would have been writing to me on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say it in January. So I thought I'd say it last night before I went to bed.
Yeah. Wicked. Talking of people writing in, we should probably go through comments, shouldn't we? Because we left those last week, and then also catch up with emails as well, which we missed. So let's go back. Where did we get to with comments? Did we read through the ones from the cross country? We did, didn't we? Yes. And then we went through Ian Booth having a go at us with that atrocious black country accents.
Black country accents?
I disagree with completely. And then the Bulldog Runner telling me that, yes, he noticed my gut as well. And then, I think this is where we got to. So we got to no bips, just bops is the first comment. And it says, what a terrible typo in my email. I meant the exact opposite. I am on a low income. No flexing here. And this is
is that Ash Spedding? This is like, by the way, I'm on a really high income, so money is no object. So I can get as many shoes as I like.
And we were going on about her flexing. She said, what a terrible typo. I meant the exact opposite. So, Brilliant. Love it. I think...
Just to let you all know, I'm really, really well off. I'm really comfortable financially.
Yeah, don't have to worry about anything. Just see something, I'll buy it. Brilliant. Right, next one is from Matrix Runner. And they say, just got the leaning Fiden 5 Challenger. My US size 10 weigh 221 grams.
That's light.
That's pretty light, yeah. And I like them better than my Mega Blast or Super Blast 2, even on long runs. I'm waiting for my Do Win PB Pro race shoes to arrive. I hear they're awesome. Have you heard of them? Do Win or Do Win? DO-WIN.
No.
No, neither have I.
What are you doing? Spending money on them. They're not even real. They're not even a real shoe. What are you doing? No, I've not heard of them. Do Win.
No, neither have I. Wow, okay. That's interesting. Let us know what they're like. Yeah, let us know. Right.
Do they look and sound Chinese? A bit like Li Ning?
Yeah. Well, they've bought the leaning and they're now buying some Do Win. So
maybe there's something in that. Sure. Like maybe they're like all the technology coming out of China. And
who was I speaking to the other week? Jordan Adams. I was speaking to Jordan down at Parkrun.
Yeah.
And he just run a PB at Parkrun, and I looked on his feet and I went, "What are them?" And he went, "AliExpress. They're some Chinese brand super shoes." And he said they feel fantastic, and he just run a PB. So
that's the dream, really, to be that, trusting.
Yeah.
In a brand you don't know. Fair play.
So yeah. Next one is from Leggett Lee, and he
says,
"This is from episode 91, so a couple back." And he says, "Good morning, gentlemen. I very much enjoy listening to the pod every week. Even more so when you make me sound like a prime Bacaley. It's great seeing Andy last weekend, and I look forward to seeing both at Telford. I don't really know where my fitness is truly at the moment, but I'll be going full send at the end. Sub 40 or die trying. Stay dangerous." We shall come on to Leggett Lee later, won't we?
Lee said something. I don't know if it was in my video or yours, but I love what he said. He said, "I'm going to send it until I see the finish line or the Lord." whichever one comes first. That was the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, brilliant. Love him. So yeah, we will come on to Lee saying I'm not really sure where my fitness is at the moment, but I'm going full send, sub 40 or die trying. Okay, yeah, keep that in mind. Anyway, next one is from Lee Cheston. He says, "Hi guys, in particular Brett, as you have been running longer and may have more experience in running pre-super shoes. Basically, what I would like to know is how much faster are super shoes? Being an older runner with my best times well behind me, never ran in super shoes. I was wondering if I could revise my PBs retrospectively. Some reports seem to think they're about 2% to 5% faster. What do you think? My best times were achieved in the early 90s, where I ran a 1:15 for the half marathon and a 34:17 for the 10K, both in Redditch. Also, should all records pre-super shoes be adjusted or have an asterisk next to them? Keep up the great work, guys."
That's a fair point.
So what do you think? How much faster do you think super shoes are?
Well, it's not an opinion. It's science.
Yeah.
They are faster. They just are.
Yes. Well,
I don't know. Again, I don't know if across the board for every runner on, God's green earth, if that applies to everybody.
Yeah.
But
see,
for the majority of people, it does apply to us. Yeah.
The the original Vaporfly were called called the 4%, weren't they? They were the Nike 4% Vaporfly because they tested them in a lab and they were 4% quicker than normal racing shoes. Yep. So it was, scientific. But with super shoes, you do get non-responders who don't run any better in super shoes than they do in other shoes. So it is one of those things where it is person by person, and some people would really love one super shoe and then hate another one, whereas somebody else would love the one they hate. So it is a very personal thing, but as you say, it is very scientific that they are definitely faster because it's been tested in a lab. But
get an AliExpress, Lee. Get yourself some 30 quidders and try them out. But the thing is, I think if you're in, I think super shoes, again, I think this is more of an opinion rather than a fact, but with good form, they work better. Would you say that's more of a fact or an opinion? Probably more of a fact, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
They work at their best when your form is good. So if you're plodding and running easy, then you're not getting the maximum out of them.
And they're probably making you run worse because of the way that they're made. They're made to get you up on your toes and running fast, and they're made to be stiff with that carbon plate or rods in them to work in a particular way and give you that pop.
Yeah.
So if you're just plodding along, then no, they're not going to be any good for you, and you need just a jogging shoe. But if you are racing, they are. I would say yes, they're better.
Also, one thing I find strange as well is that 5 years ago, it was a no-brainer. Like the bridge between dailies and super shoes was, you've either got daily shoes or you've got super shoes. Now that gap is being bridged by Evo SL's Mega Blasts. There's so many different shoes out there that I was saying to you, wasn't I? Like I'm going to race. I've got a festive 10K, and I think I'm going to race it in my Evo SLs just to see how well I can do. Because I'm not going to try and shoot for a time or anything like that. So I just want to, just out of curiosity, see how well I can do and see if there's much of a difference effort-wise and speed-wise. Yeah. So because those Evo SLs are so good.
Yeah. But with super shoes, it's not just the carbon plate, though, and it's not just the foam. It's the combination of the two. because the carbon plate wouldn't work as well if it wasn't for the advances in foam that they've developed. Because I don't know whether I've told you about this in the past, but they tried carbon plates in shoes back in like the early 2000s. But because shoes back then was all about being minimalist, that's why the Adizero range started. The whole point of Adizero was, let's strip as much weight off these shoes as we possibly can to make them as light as possible, which will then make them as fast as possible. And when Adizero first started with Adidas, the whole idea was, let's get rid of most of the midsole because that's what's putting all the weight into the shoe. So marathon shoes had really low stack compared to your normal jogging shoe. So people were going and running marathons in tiny, tiny little stack height shoes because they were as light as possible. And I can't remember what brand it was. It was like Asics or someone like that, or I can't remember. But they tried putting carbon plates in shoes, and it didn't take off because they were too stiff to go with the really small height of the midsole in the shoes. So it didn't quite. In testing, it gave more propulsion, but over a long distance, it didn't really help because there wasn't enough cushioning to work with the carbon plates. So the carbon plates didn't really take off. And then obviously Nike developed these new foams and developed Zoom X foam, and the foam mixed with a carbon plate suddenly had this amazing transformation of shoes. And that's why it's blown up like it has, is because it was the combination of the two. So on their own, they're not as good as when they are together. It's the foam which has really brought on the advancement of carbon plate technology.
Yeah, it's the combination, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know if I've shown you my Adios 3s, haven't I, before? Which were what they were using as marathon shoes.
They're like
back
they're like
in the early 2000s.
They're like Lonsdale boxing shoes, aren't they? The sort of thing you'd.
I'll go grab them.
What Jake Paul will be wearing tonight.
So so before they'd made the Adios Pro, they had the Adios line. And this was the Adizero Adios 3. And this was their marathon shoe. And look how small the stack height is on the back and on the front.
Yeah.
It's like tiny, tiny. And how people were smashing out marathons in these, I have no idea. But
because you'll be able to feel every stone, everything that you'll step on. Like, you know, there's not.
But as I say, when I bought these were my shoes to go down a parkrun to try and run fast. Whereas now you buy shoes with 3 times the height of stack on it to go run fast down at parkrun, which is crazy. But the difference in marathon type shoes now, it was the upper, it's heavier, the upper, but it's like really holy. So they're stripping away loads of the weight by making it making less material there, basically.
You can see the engineering already back then, if you know what I mean. You can see what they were doing, yeah.
But they hadn't advanced the materials or the midsole foams or anything. But this was one of the first shoes as well which used Whst technology, which revolutionized midsoles as well. Midsoles before Adidas developed Whst. There was a massive thing about Whst. I remember going to the London Marathon one year and they had a big display, and the big display was like normal midsole of like normal Adidas shoes, and they were dropping ball bearings on it, and you could see how high it would bounce. And then they had a slab of Boost in the one next to it, and they'd drop it from the same height, and it would bounce twice as high, maybe 3 times as high off the midsole, because this technology was crazy. But before I had those, I found these in my cupboard as well. This is what I was running marathons in, which...
Wow. What are they called?
So these are the Adidas Glide 5, I think they are.
They look like something Buzz Aldrin would have worn to land on the moon.
But when I bought these to run the London Marathon, I thought these were like amazing, like top of the range running shoes. And now I look at them and they're like dad shoes, aren't they?
Yeah.
But
it's madness how far it's all come.
Yeah.
Like even the laces look quite chunky, don't they?
Yeah. But like the midsole, it's not even, I can't even squeeze it very well because
really?
it's so
quite firm.
It's so firm. But yeah, the change in shoes. So yes, super shoes are definitely quicker. As we said, Nike said they were the 4% because they were 4% quicker, but have they got even quicker now as they've developed things? Because like some people, like the Fast R3, people think that's the fastest shoe. That's got to be quicker than the 4%, hasn't it? So how much quicker is it than shoes before super shoes?
Well, I don't know if you looked or saw the Wave 1 go off at Telford, but I saw them go off. And I'd say out of that leading pack, I'd say, I mean, there's a complete guess, but it felt like about 40%, 30-40% of them were wearing Fast R3s, and that leading pack.
Yeah.
It was Alpha Flies, Fast R3s, and Pro 4s.
Yeah.
And I think that was pretty much all I saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, those Fast R3s it's madness, isn't it? Like how far it's come in such a short space of time as well.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, so in response to Lee's question, yes, they're definitely faster. I'd say yes, they probably are about 5% faster at least. But I don't think pre-super shoe times should be adjusted or changed, because that's just what it is. It's like the lap record at a track in F1. You're not going to say, well, the track back in the 80s, they didn't have the tyre and engine technology, so therefore we should probably make the lap record a bit faster to allow for that, to allow for all the advances in technology. So really, they were faster back then than they are now. It's just the way that technology advances and the way things times change. So probably they shouldn't be adjusted because of that, but maybe there should be a thing to say this was pre-super shoes and post-super shoes. I don't know. But there are lots of people who complain about records being broken with super shoes.
But I was going to say what Lee is actually saying is, can I just take 5 minutes off my times?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what did you run? A 1:15 half. He's basically saying, can I call that a 70-minute half?
Yeah, sub 70, 69. Yeah.
But no, they are definitely faster, but I don't think time should be adjusted, because you it's the same as you can only race who's in the race against you. You could only run in what was available to you at the time, and things change and technology advances.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, anyway, next one. The brain cancer runner commented on our cross-country video and said, proper cross-country course that. Thanks, lads. Cross-country is easily the hardest racing I've ever done, and I've had to take some different tactics this year with my condition. But it's great to be out there. Shame there was no POV, but understandable given the archaic UK athletics rules.
Did you see
Yes.
SBR Stu's video
I
on
did,
that? And
yes.
being
Yeah, and his
told
big
to,
rant.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
See,
a
that's silly. I can understand that. Yes, they're following the rules, and it's like no filming and stuff because, like they say at the start, no one should have any headphones, no technology, no cameras, blah 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 blah. But he went to the cross country league and asked, and they said yes. He then went to the host team of the race, and they said yes. He then went to the race director, and they said yes. And then just before they were about to race, he came over and went, "Oh no, actually, no, you can't." So
yeah.
how is that possible that you can go through 3 different layers and them all say yes and be happy for you to do it, and then at the last minute them change their mind, which
Yeah,
is mad. And as he
yeah.
said, he only wants to film so he can put it out there and show how good cross country is, and hopefully encourage people to go and do it.
I know it's there's positive intent behind it,
Yeah. And
and
as he said, it's not like he's holding a selfie stick or a camera in his hand. He was just going to have
no,
it on his head, on his hat, on his head. It was just going to be a POV
yeah,
camera. So yeah, strange.
can't see
And
it changing though.
and apparently though, other leagues and other districts let you do it.
Yeah, that's
So
what's even stranger.
so yeah, it just seems like they've read into the rules a particular way, and that's how they're seeing it, and no one's going to change their mind.
Yeah,
So it's weird, isn't it?
yeah, it is
But
weird.
but there we go. Next one is from Sean Davies, and he just says, "Great one, lads, on last week's episode with Adam. Yes,
Yep.
it was a great chat." Next one is from all the way back on episode 82, which is from Run Like a T-Rex, Dave. And
Yeah.
he says, I always use Nip Protect for running.
Oh,
I
God.
once took the top off both nips during a wet run. I found the microporous tape would come off if it's mega wet. I can get away with normal plasters or tape if it's winter and I wear a waterproof. Hashtag tit chat.
Do you know my I got sniped twice this week in the rain. Just what, like Dave says, when that top layer goes,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
so
as
sensitive.
I've always
innit?
said, if you take the top off them once, that's it. That top layer
Yeah.
is so thin they'll go at like the slightest brush of a wet t-shirt.
I've been wearing these nip. But the thing is, these nippies is right. I've reached the age where my nipples are massive. I look like I'm breastfeeding. I don't know what's happened to my nipples over the last 3 years. they've just enlarged.
They're like dinner plates.
Fried eggs. But like, honestly, it's like I get no warning. I'll have 6 months, 12 months of no incident. Then all of a sudden, I'll run a race in the dry, in a shirt that I wear all the time, and then all of a sudden, you know, I look like the underneath of Nemesis.
Yeah, all I need is a slight bit of rain and mine go. And I get caught out all the time because you leave the house and it's not raining, it's lovely and dry, and then it starts raining on you, and that's it, they're gone. But it's all about like planning in advance, but you never know, do you, when it's going to rain? You don't know if it's going to rain when you're out on the run. So, I mean, yesterday evening, because it was raining all day, I was like, right, I'm going out prepared. And I put 2 big crosses of microporous tape across each nipple before I went out. And then it didn't rain a spot all night whilst I was out.
And you've got to wax strip them off as well.
Yeah.
That's always fun. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Good bit of tit chat.
Yeah. And then last one is from Anya Todd. And he said, listen late and miss the teas. Sad times. Managed to snag a mug, though, which is great. But, hopefully I'm going to try and restock some of the teas, Todd. I don't know if I'll get those done for Monday. We shall see. But there will be a restock of teas coming. So, yeah, keep an eye out. He then says, on the Poos news...
Poos news! Yes!
Amazing. On the Poos news chat from the last episode, I always carry a tiny pack of wet wipes with me on for the joggers' trots are real. And can spring on at any time. I've been mocked by many of my mates for this, but they are the first to ask for them to save a sock.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Love it.
Who was that from?
That's from Anya Todd.
Anya Todd. He's got the cleanest bum around. Cleanest.
Brilliant. Love that. Poos news. Brilliant.
Poos news.
We're gonna have to start a new segment for next year, along with shoes news. Is Poos news. So if you've got any defecation stories.
I love that someone might have shat themselves on a run. The first thing they'll think of is I'll write into this podcast I listen to and let everybody know. I might get a feature on Poos News. Every cloud.
You can just think of it, can't you? They're running along and they go, oh no. Actually,
hang
get
on.
the phone out, email.
Post news.
Make the best of a bad situation. Let's just let Brett and Andy know that I've just soiled myself.
We would we would love to hear your soil stories. Please get in touch.
Yeah, and for those wild ones, what is the best shape of leaf? What tree is the best leaf? If you were caught short.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Have you ever squatted in stingers and had to find a dock leaf?
Yeah.
Brilliant. But there we go. That's the end of the comments.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Well,
so
what I was going to say, I've got some emails here, but as is usual form with our listeners, we've got some super long emails which we love, but we don't have time because we've still got to recap Telford and all other things as well. So I'm just going to read some highlights of your emails. So this one is from Dan Hunt, and this is about charity. And he says, the reason I'm emailing is I hope that you won't be annoyed, but I've pinched your Parkrun in the Red Line idea. As I'm running the Great North Run 2026 for the charity Mind, and we're struggling for ideas. I heard that your ideas and how successful it was, so I thought it could just be an idea to pinch. I'm doing 6 weeks from January. I thought it'd be a good way to keep people motivated and raise money for charity. Absolutely, mate. That's
fantastic.
No worries at all. So it's just wanted to let you guys know it's a great pod and refreshing that you can waffle on about all sorts, and it's so down to earth. Well done, Brett, on your London Marathon. Was amazing with a broken leg. Glad to see you're back out running again. And also well done, Andy, on your 90 and 40. Andy, I know how much you wanted to break those. This is interesting because he wrote this before I'd broken 40. So maybe Dan could see into the future. You know what that means, Andy? Sub 3 is round the corner. You should listen to Brett when he tells you to believe in yourself. Anyway, sorry for the long email and all the best with your running. Dan. Cheers, Dan.
Yeah, ace. Nice one, Dan. Yeah, of course. For charity, we ain't going to say no, are we? Come on.
No. But if you start buying yachts and property in the south of France and selling red T-shirts and mugs, we'll be on to you. We'll be on to you. This next one is from Luke Wheeler, and it's just a short email, and he says, Just wanted to ask your opinions on a training plan versus having a few key weekly runs and creating your own schedule. How do you go about planning your training blocks? Despite being consistent with my running, for whatever reason, I seem to struggle when it comes to following a predetermined training plan for an upcoming race. Cheers, Luke.
Right. Now, for marathon blocks, I'm quite lucky with the fact that I joined a club. So for my weekly sessions on a Tuesday and Thursday, I don't have to put any effort into it because I just go down to training and do whatever the session is that's set out. And I think you're pretty much similar, aren't you?
What, like you don't need to design the session. No thought goes into it. Yeah.
So for a block on a Tuesday and Thursday, you don't have to think about what you're doing because the session's already designed for you by the club when you go down to club session. So Andy, our coach, he's already organised what the session is every week on a Tuesday and Thursday. So for my marathon blocks, I just go and do that on a Tuesday and Thursday. And if I've had a particularly tough week or a long week, I'll probably modify the session to easier paces, or I'll miss out the session and do a steady run instead. All depends on how I'm feeling. And then Saturdays, I normally have a jog down to Parkrun and then either decide whether I'm going to give Parkrun a good go or just have a jog round Parkrun and then jog home to get the mileage in. And then it's all about the Sunday long run, just either getting the mileage in or adding in some marathon pace. Yeah. So it's pretty straightforward. I don't really follow a plan as such. I sort of wing it and make it up as I go along.
It's just it's repetition and consistency, isn't it?
Yeah. That's mainly what it is, getting the mileage in and making sure you're hitting those key sessions.
Well, like you say, Luke, get those key sessions in. Maybe that's 3, maybe that's 1, and just put a few easy days either side of them, or in between your long run and your sessions. And before you know it, you're basically following a training plan. You just didn't realise that you were.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm almost identical to you now. Because my training days are Tuesday and Thursdays at club. And I always do, because I'm a creature of habit. I love doing my Sunday long runs. Don't do Saturday long runs. I love doing a park run. Almost always Saturday I'm at Parkrun. So that's normally a warm up and then Parkrun, then a cool down. So that's about 15k day or a 8-mile day or something like that. Then the Sunday long run, which is anything from half marathon to 20 miles sometimes. And then, I've got my 2 key sessions on Tuesday, Thursday. Then everything else is just building the volume with easy stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I always think as well, if you're getting PBs, the training's working.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I think it's that's... and if you're not getting PBs, then you probably would need to think about changing up what you're doing. So, But if you don't follow plans, this is the thing, right? Motivation and discipline are 2 very, very different things. Having discipline in your life trumps motivation all the time. If you're waiting to be motivated, you'll probably get that. Is that Bobes? All right, Bobes. Yeah. Bobes, you're on the podcast. Please do not say meow or bugger. Like motivation. Here he is. All right, Bobes.
Say hello.
There he is. All right, Bobes. He just stuck his thumb up, didn't he? He just went. He paw bumped me.
Yeah.
But like motivation will fail you. It just will. Sometimes you can just wait and want to be motivated and it just doesn't come. Or you wait for January the 1st and think, I'll just have a heavy Christmas and just, you've got to be disciplined.
Yeah.
God, I'm sounding a bit militant now, but
no,
you've got to be disciplined, haven't you?
Yeah, what you're saying is completely true. And like I was talking about this this week to people, saying you will never regret going for a run, but you will always regret not going for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there are times when you really don't want to go for a run, but you get your shoes on, you get out the door because you've got that discipline, and you end up really enjoying yourself. And you get home, the endorphins have kicked in, and you go, I'm so glad I went and did that. But there are times where you don't want to run, and if you don't bother putting your shoes on and you haven't got that discipline, you will then be going, oh, I probably should have gone and done that, or I wish I'd have gone and done that.
Because sometimes you do literally have to force yourself out the door. You don't want to do it. But as soon as you hear that beep on your watch and you've started your workout, it sort of goes, doesn't it? That's sort of like the hardest bit is getting your shoes on and getting out the door.
Yeah.
Like those, we were just saying this off air, like how hard it is at the moment. Even if it's, an afternoon run at the moment, the weather's brutal. It's windy, it's cold, it's raining, it's dark. But you've just got to get it. You've just got to do it. As soon as you get moving, it all seems to just slot into place. And I'm just learning that discipline is everything, and it's my brain versus my, I don't know, discipline basically. My brain's telling me to have a lie in, or you don't need to go for a run today. Yes, you do, Andy. You do. You need to get out there. Yeah. So in the same breath, if you're overtraining and you do need to skip runs, then that's not what we're saying. We're not having a Goggins approach here where you need to do 100-mile a week or you're not a runner. We're not saying that at all. Because it's totally fine to skip runs if you're not feeling them. But if you're just feeling a bit sorry for yourself, then I don't really think that's a good enough excuse, really, is it?
No.
Is it? Especially, here's the thing. If you want to be a competitive runner and run, and I mean competitive with yourself, having that attitude is not the best attitude to have, is it?
No, exactly. Yeah. If
you've only got
want
yourself to blame. Yeah.
If you want to run well and run better than you have in the past, you've got to run more and do the things you haven't done in the past, because, as they say, what is it? Stupidity is, or is it stupidity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Insanity. There we go. It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If you want to be better, you've got to go and do the things that you don't want to do and you haven't done in the past because it's been too easy to not do it to be a better runner. So, just get out there and get it done. Yeah. And I think it's good to be goal and target driven as well. It just depends what sort of brain you've got. Like I lately have been starting to think maybe this training stuff is working, and but I'm also at a point now. You remember when you first started running and you just walked out the door and you get a PB? You go to Parkrun, you get a PB. Those days are over now. I've really got to fight for a PB. But there is no way, and I'll say this now, 8 weeks out, there is no way I'm going to Seville not getting a PB on the marathon. Like, I am getting a PB, and I'm going sub 3:10 as well. That is why I'm running 100k weeks at the moment. It sounds excessive. That's probably sub 3, 2:45 training. But I'm running a lot. I'm running the most amount of running I've ever done. And that's the discipline that I feel I need to get. Because I know how disappointed I'll be in myself if I have a bad race. The only reason I'll really have a bad race is if I'm unprepared. And you can control that controllable. You can control your training. Certain factors you can't. You can't control your, the weather and, that sort of thing on the day. But you can control how much training you do. That's why I'm getting loads of it in. Because I don't want to be disappointed on race day. Listen to me. Who am I? What have I turned into? I used to just enjoy running. Now it's a numbers game. Yeah. See, I really like having a routine I know that on a Tuesday evening I'm going to training. I know on a Thursday evening I'm going to training. I know on a Saturday morning I wake up and I'll go down to Parkrun and I'll do some extra miles around Parkrun. And on a Sunday I'll do my long run. When I do get back into doing 5 days a week, I'll have my Monday where I'll do my recovery runs and recovery miles. And my OCD brain loves having that schedule. I run on those 5 days. Those are my running days. On a Wednesday and a Friday, I don't run. Those are my recovery days. It just works for me, and I can then build. This sounds ridiculous, but I can build the rest of my life around knowing that I am running on those particular days and at those particular times.
Yeah. Well, we must move on because I've got a few more to get through. And this one's at least a 15-minute. Okay. We'll try not to go on. This is from Lan Nim, and this is quite a big topic. It's called, the title of the email is Opinion on Very Popular and Oversubscribed Races. So I'll just cut to the chase. Hi, Andy and Brett. Writing to seek your perspective on popular and oversubscribed races, such as the London Marathon. This leads to a topic that can be somewhat contentious: fairness in the entry process. So, let me just see what he says. He says, this leads to a topic that can be somewhat contentious: fairness in the entry process. Given that many applicants are unsuccessful through the ballot, charity and good for age routes, do you think it would be equitable to improve chances for first-time or less frequent participants by limiting entries from those who have run the event recently or multiple times? What do you think?
Interesting. Are we talking about specific races?
Well,
obviously,
go on. Well, what I was going to say was he goes on to say, using Brett as an example, without singling him out, he has completed the London Marathon 6 times, if I recall. With the London Marathon being significantly oversubscribed, could there be merit in introducing a rule whereby participants who ran in the previous year are ineligible to enter the following year? This might allow others who have not had the opportunity to participate or who have not run it recently a better chance of gaining entry.
Yeah. See,
basically, you're ruining it for everyone else.
Yeah, basically, yeah. See, when I first did it, I didn't get in via the ballot. It took me 13 years to get in via the ballot. So I sort of feel like my last year when I ran with my ballot place, I sort of feel like that was fair, that I earned that place by entering 13 years in a row. And when I'd run it before, because I didn't get in through the ballot, I ran it for charity, and I had to put in a huge amount of work to raise the money. So if it's somebody who's running for charity, then no, everybody's got the same. Everyone's got the same option and same. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's like a level playing field.
Yeah, they've got the same possibility of getting a place running for charity. If you want to put the effort in to earn that money to give it to charity, you'll get a London Marathon place. So charity places, no, if they've run a charity place the year before, if they're then willing to put in the effort to earn that money again, let them have a place. But people who only enter the ballot, possibly, yes. If you run it last year, maybe you can't enter the ballot again the next year. If you got a ballot place, that might make it fairer for people, yeah. But like with Good for Age, you have to work your arse off to run those times. So I sort of think I've earned my place for next year by running a good enough time to get my Good for Age place. It's a difficult one with that, isn't it? I sort of agree with the ballot thing that yes, if you've got a ballot place, then possibly you should let other people have a go the next year. It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Because I was in a similar position with the Great North Run, where I've done it 3 or maybe 4 times in a row now, and I've kind of come to the realization that for a few reasons, it's an awesome race, but I think it's time for me to let someone else do it. That sounds patronising, doesn't it? But my place would go to somebody, maybe a first timer, who would have that amazing experience. There's almost, I wouldn't say there's no point me doing it, because there are people that have done the Great North Run every year for 30 odd years, which is totally fair enough, because it's they're entitled to. But for me, I just felt like I was just signing up for the sake of it, because it's a massive race and it's almost something that every runner should do. But when I really think about it, I was like, well, I think it's time for me to step aside and let somebody else have a go. I didn't qualify for the Great North Run. I wasn't given the place. I'm not doing it for charity. So yeah, I'm just going to let my place go to someone else. But it is a difficult one.
See, back in the day when it was run by sponsored by Flora, the London Marathon, it used to be that if you entered the ballot 4 years in a row, you got a place on the 5th year guaranteed. But they can't do that now, because can you imagine 1 million people all entering 5 years in a row? Then they've got to let 1 million people run. They physically can't do that. So they stopped that when it was when Virgin Money became the sponsor. So when it was Flora, they had that enter 4 years in a row, get 5th time guaranteed. When Virgin Money took over as sponsor, they got rid of that, and it just became a straight out ballot every year. And then now it's not even Virgin Money now, is it? It's TCS, Tata Consulting Services. So they're in between a rock and a hard place, because they can't just offer places to people who have been in the ballot for several years, because they physically can't have that number of people in the race. Yes, there is this big thing of, we're the biggest marathon in the world ever happened. We had 50,000 people. 50,000 people and 1 million is a big difference. So it's difficult, but I possibly do agree that if you've done it before from getting a ballot place, maybe give someone a chance to do it who wants to do it.
But I from my point of view, I feel more driven now to qualify for it, and like you say, earn your stripes, earn your place there. But there are other ways in it, like join a running club. Your running club could give you a place. I very nearly got in. Leggett Lee's got a place because of the club. And next year, Worcester are bringing in a rule next year that you have to have done something like a cross-country season, or you have to have at least done... So basically, you can't join the club the week before the draw, get the club place, and then never see them again. So they're going to bring in like a fairness rule next year, because more and more people are saying that they want to have a go on they want the place. But I feel really motivated to. That is one thing where motivation creeps in, is to qualify for London one day, because that's realistically going to be my way in. So a couple of years down the line, hopefully I'll be able to get myself in.
2:57, here you come.
Let's do it in Seville. Fine, easy. 100k weeks, what? But anyway, cheers, Landim. That's a really good topic.
Really good topic. We could talk about that for hours, couldn't we? But
we've got. I'm going to read this. He says don't read it, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is going to make you die of embarrassment, Harry. Because at the bottom he says he wrote his follow-up email. He's like, please don't read this on the pod. I've reread it and I sound like a fanboy. Basically, I'll paraphrase.
Well, if he's sending an email saying please don't read this on the pod, should you be reading it on the pod?
No, probably not then. All right, I won't. I'll leave it. But
if you are okay with us reading it on the pod, send us another email and go, actually, I've reread it.
Yeah.
It's all right. Go on.
Yeah, because I've just done the exact thing you've said not to do.
Yeah, but
All I'm saying is I've read it and it doesn't come across bad.
No.
That.
I'm not saying it would be bad, but I'm just saying if somebody has emailed to say please don't read this on the pod, maybe we should take them up on what they're asking.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, basically, we had an email from someone called Harry who said he's doing the Newport Marathon next year, and that's
Okay, cool.
And
Harry, let us know if you are okay with us reading it on the pod, and we'll go through it.
Yeah. Right, this next one is from William Ford. Thanks both for your shout out following my Valencia weekend. I saw a reel on Insta and I would like to share it. Who wins a half marathon, Jakob or Alex Yee?
Ooh, a half marathon. The threshold monster or the massive hourly training triathlete?
Who's getting faster?
Yeah. I'm going Alex Yee.
I'm going Alex Yee as well, especially of the year he's had. But a fully fit Jakob.
I'm still going Alex Yee at the moment.
Are you?
Yeah. Come on. Well, he's just run a 2:06.
Yeah, that's probably like 59. Has he ever run under the hour for the half? I don't know if he's ever done a half.
I don't think he's run under the hour. But
wow. Yeah, good question.
Cheers.
I'll go Alex Yee as well.
I'm just gonna check. Alex Yee. Alex Yee half marathon time. 1:01:29.
I wonder what Jacobs is. Did he get anywhere near for?
And then
because he massively blew up, didn't he, at the Copenhagen?
Yeah. Inga Cern, half marathon. He ran a 1:03:13 at Copenhagen, but he blew up, didn't he, at 10k? And
because he got the Norwegian record.
Because he got the Norwegian record of the 10k, and then got up and started again, and he ran 1:03. It'd be a close race. It would be a very close race, but I'm still going Alex Yee.
Yeah,
especially with the way he finishes triathlons and stuff, and when he's racing against people and he gets towards the finish and he just goes see you later and just out kicks people by miles.
Remember him in the Olympics racing that New Zealand guy?
Yeah,
the ground he made. Yeah, the ground he made back upon him.
Yeah,
that was very, very impressive.
Yeah. And Jakob don't really do kicks, does he? he winds it up and just gets faster and faster. He doesn't really do the kick at the end of the race, does he?
Yeah, he's got out kicked a fair few times, hasn't he? When he's when people have asked the question of him. So this next one is from Kurt Wilson. It says, "Hi guys, looks like I'm going to fail my mission to finish the pod before Christmas. However, I think I will share the failure with both of you given the fantastic length of each episode. I started listening only a couple of months back from the start and I was going to wait until I was up to date, but I wanted to wish you both a Merry Christmas and all the best for your running plans next year. It's been a blast from the end of the podcast quiz to aliens and random movies, as well as a smattering of running banter to boot. Here are some things that made me smile. Red is my favourite colour. I skateboarded in my youth and later when I taught my sons to drop in, Star bars are the chocolate of champions. I wear Adidas shoes and running gear. The Pro 4 got me through my first marathon at Milton Keynes this May. This year I plan to do sub 20 and 1:30 for the half, but a slight hamstring issue in the marathon training in Feb put me back after the marathon. I've had a knee issue, which I'm battling my doctor for a scan. After a few months out, I'm back running with my sights set on these targets for next year.
Excellent.
Warwick half, Leicestershire half, Kettering half, Berlin, Manchester Marathon, hopefully sub 3:30. Goes on to name some other races he's doing later on in the year, and maybe sub 25k. Hopefully we'll drop that in somewhere along in the year 2. Thanks for the entertainment and with the witty banter, and I look forward to many more episodes, and good luck again for your running challenges in the future. All the best, Kurt.
Nice. Cheers, Kurt.
So hopefully you smash that sub 20 at some point in 2026, mate.
Yes.
Right, this last one, and then we are up to date, unless an email drops in our inbox now. This is from Tom Beran, or Beran. Would you say Beran? Beran?
Beran, yeah.
Beran? Bayran.
Baran.
Baran. Hi, guys. Firstly, I enjoy the podcast and watch your channels on YouTube as well. I like the fact that I can genuinely enjoy two brummies. Would you call yourself a brummie? Talking about a random hill or a street in a random run that I will never even visit. Recently, my YouTube algorithm thought that I might like to watch a trailer for a very 80s kung fu film, and they were right. I was amazed to find Brett's lookalike starring as henchman number 1. He said, especially, it's the eyebrows. Look at this. This is a... That is 100% you. Look at those eyebrows. That is a big Tom Selleck style moustache. Keep up the good work. Really inspiring to see Brett hit those speedy times after putting in all that time in the gym after his injury. And Andy surprising himself with his super fast half marathon and 10K. Looking forward to getting a Running the Red Line mug too. Cheers, guys, and keep up the good work, Tom. Apologies for the Brummie comment. As I'm a southerner, I can't tell the difference. Well, technically, we're posh. We're not Brummies.
Well, yeah. I'm a Redite.
I'm Bromsgrovian. If we get Leggett Lee on here one day, that's when you'll hear a Brummie.
That's a Brummie, yeah. That's a Brummie.
Yeah,
I'm a Redite. You're a Bromsgrovian, but actually, you are now a Worcestershire.
Yeah, or a Worcestershire. Yeah, I've lived in Worcester now for about 6 years, and a Redite. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's just what I call it. I don't think people actually call us Redites.
I just made it up.
That's what I call myself. I'm a Redite.
A Worcestershire. I do like that
because a Redditchian is a bit. It sounds rubbish, doesn't it?
Yeah, a Redite. Yeah, that sounds quite good. Worcesterian. Yeah, that sounds. I need some dreadlocks or something, I think, with that. So yeah, now we're up to date with emails. I can't believe
Excellent.
it. Where are we on the podcast? 141. Bloody hell.
Yes. Excellent. Right. Should we go on to a few things that happened last week?
Yes.
First off, should we talk about a big race that happened Sunday morning on our way to Telford?
Yes.
It was
in
over
España.
Over in Malaga. It was Malaga Marathon, and I haven't got a clue who won it or any of the elites that were running at all. But the reason we bring it up is because one of our good friends was over there taking on the marathon once again. But unfortunately, it didn't quite go to plan, did it?
No. So yeah, Will Fu went over there with who had high hopes of bettering his sub 3 that he did in Barcelona. But then throughout his training block, he picked up a quad issue. Was it a quad issue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
And set off on race day. And bizarrely broke out with like unstoppable and uncontrollable nosebleeds.
Yeah, on the start line.
Yeah.
Which is...
So God knows how that must make you feel. And he even... This is... I don't know if I would have done this. He said he found some discarded toilet roll in a bush.
Was it what's his name's bag of wet wipes?
Yeah. Where's he when you need him?
Yeah,
is it the great?
Come on, who was it? Who was it?
Talking on about your Todd.
Pooh's news. Yeah, on your Todd. On your Todd dropped his wet wipes for Will.
But so Will took a risk and nearly gave himself malaria, wiping his nose with a discarded toilet roll. But so Will got to, I don't even know how far he got. Was it around about the half marathon?
I think he got halfway.
Yeah, and DNF'd, unfortunately. So, no medal, but I'm sure a lot of experience gained. And
Well,
but I think
what I will say though is I loved his post on Instagram. So he put up a picture of himself holding his son, watching the marathon after he'd dropped out, and he put, as his caption, he put, "My first DNF and another marathon that went south. There were no medals, no finishers' tees. Thanks for all the pick-me-up messages on my socials and DMs. I appreciate them, but honestly, there's no need. I had the best time with my family and friends and watching Hugo happily grow up. The best thing no medal or PB could ever touch." Which I think is such a great outlook on life. And it's just another marathon. And yes, it didn't go to plan, but he's having the best time with his family and watching Hugo grow up, which, just puts everything into perspective, doesn't it? So, Will, ace.
Yeah, classy. Very classy.
Definitely.
Can I just ask you this quickly? Something that's come to my attention this week. Tommy D, let me just find it. Where is it? Sent me something the other day. I don't know if you saw this. What's it called? Grand Slam track.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen how much money is owed to the athletes because of them going into bankruptcy?
I've
got it here. So some of the names that are owed,
$1.5 million. They owe.
Yeah, Sydney McLaughlin Lavrone is owed $356,000. Gabby Thomas, $249,000. Kenny Bednarek, $225,000. Josh Kerr, $218,000, and Marilady Paulino, $211,000. I mean, what were they playing at? What were they thinking, offering that much prize money?
Well, the whole problem is, so they're filed for bankruptcy now. So basically, they've gone bankrupt. But the problem that they had is they got in talks with lots of sponsors, and sponsors said on like a verbal contract that they were backing it with this much money. So they went to press and said, we've got this much money behind us and we can offer prize money of this much because we've got the sponsors to pay this much. But after the first event in Jamaica, where it didn't quite have the oomph that people thought it was, the sponsors dropped out. And because they didn't have a proper contract signed, they lost all that money.
They literally haven't got a leg to stand on. Yeah.
So they were then trying their hardest to get a new sponsor to cover all of the money that they'd basically offered to all of the athletes, but they couldn't set a sponsor in place in time. So they now owe lots of money because they said that's what the prize money was. But their original sponsor, who had said that they would back them and give them that money, said, "Nah, I'm all right, actually, thanks." So, and what's a massive shame about it is they were offering something new and innovative, and it was going to be this new exciting league and everything. But because of what's happened and all of the rubbish that's gone with it and how terrible it's gone, no one is ever going to want to take the chance to do something innovative with athletics again.
Yeah.
No one's going to want to take the risk, because if it's gone that bad, it's sort of ruined Michael Johnson's legacy. Michael Johnson was the face of Grand Slam track, and he's now the face of everything went badly and we owe millions of pounds to people. So rather than being this like athlete who did all the great things he did, he's now going to be known as the person who couldn't pay the people he said he would.
I wonder if he's lost his BBC contract, because he always guest hosts the Olympics,
he wasn't at the World Champs because of this. Really? So the BBC coverage of the World Champs, they didn't ask him or invite him because of the ongoing troubles of Grand Slam track and because he owed everybody so much money.
Yeah, it would be bad if somebody used Michael Johnson, because I'm sure there's more to it. I'm sure this wasn't just Michael Johnson literally trying to rip all these people off. I hope no one used him to push this brand, if you know what I mean. And now he's been thrown under the bus. Because I bet you that's closer to the truth of what's happened.
Possibly.
Because he's lost everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 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 He's lost... He's not only lost his business, but he's lost his reputation as well.
Yeah. That's...
But as I say, the worst part about it is no one is going to want to take a chance now to do something exciting like that because it failed and they don't want to take that chance.
Yeah.
So we'll just go back to doing Diamond League and that's it.
Yeah. Well, they tried.
Yeah.
Sad end.
It is a shame. In more positive news, I've just opened Instagram to have a look at that. I can't remember what we were talking about, but just opened Instagram and Friday night under the lights was tonight, wasn't it? Down in Battersea Park.
Oh, yes.
But it was a 5-mile race tonight rather than a 5K. And Jake Whiteman has won it.
Jake Whiteman?
Yeah.
No way.
So,
because what was the event? What was the event he almost won?
The World Champs, 1500 meters.
Yeah.
He got pipped on the post, didn't he? But now he's just won the 5-miler down in Battersea Park. So,
brilliant!
Great work from Jake Whiteman. I'm trying to find it. It did pop up with his time, but then because my phone closed, when I opened it again, that post is gone. So I can't find it, but never mind.
Well, shall we move on to a small Shropshire town?
Yes.
Made famous by the one and only Thomas Telford.
Yes, definitely.
Last week it was the Telford 10K. You probably know all about it because you've probably been watching videos about it all week.
You've probably watched all 20, 25 Telford 10K videos that all came out.
There was quite a few of us there documenting it from different angles.
I've got to say as well, I've had quite a few messages and comments from people congratulating me on getting my video out before you.
I know. Forget how we both did. Most people are just more confused about how you have put a video out in the same year. Oh, absolute top tier banter that is. Yeah.
I think mine was the second to hit the airwaves. Obviously, Andy Rayner, FOD runner. He was the first because he probably had his edited by the time he'd got home. He probably edited it in the car on the way home.
Yeah, that's some serious speed work, isn't it?
His came out straight away. But yeah, I think mine was the second one to go up. So yeah, I'm well happy with that PB. I think that's the most impressive PB of the whole Telford weekend.
You're on the podium. Yeah, that's pretty good. So what do you want to do? Do you want to say how we both did? Because just in case anyone doesn't know how we did.
Yeah, go on then.
Well, first of all, shall we reveal the predictions and how we actually did? So should we start? We can start with you if you like.
Yeah. So I said on the pod, didn't I? And I said on the morning of the race, I said, if I can go sub 40, I would be very happy. If I could go sub 39, I'd be delighted. But my plan of action was to go out at 38-minute pace and just see what happened. And if I blow up, I blow up. If he dies, he dies. Yeah, I would see what would happen. So I stood on the start line chatting to Lee Neal, and I said, "What are you going for today, Lee?" And he went, "Well, if I can PB, I'd be well happy today." And I went, "What's your PB?" And he said, 18:15, I think it was. And I went, "Okay."
38:15. Yeah.
Sorry. I'll keep on doing that. 38:15. And I said, so just a PB. And he went, "Yeah, if I can get it anywhere near 38, I'd be well happy." I went, "Well, I'm going out at 38 pace. Just stick on my shoulder. Just follow me." And he went, "Right, I will do. Yeah. Do you want to reveal your prediction first before I actually say what I ran?
Well, I thought this is probably a bit... I mean, this was on the 21st of November, so 3 or 4 weeks before we ran it. And I went for 37:44. And turns out, I thought, maybe he'll do maybe 10 to 20 seconds underneath that. Nowhere near.
Yeah, I ran a 36:37.
Perfect 38-minute pacing. What happened?
Man, I went off way too quick. I just got dragged along by everybody else and just went with the pack. Ran the first mile in 5:37. Yeah, and then sort of hung on. When we went through halfway, I looked at the clock and I thought that's what I went through halfway in. But obviously, that's gun time. And we were 10 seconds behind the gun time. So when I went through halfway, I was like, oh, 18:16. Okay, cool. No, I went through halfway in 18:06. That is a whole minute faster than the fastest 5K I've run this year since coming back.
Wow.
So, yeah. And then I think I ran the second half in 18:30.
By the way, your first mile, for anyone that speaks Ks, that's 3 minutes and 29 seconds per kilometre. That's the speed you started at. And you held that for a mile.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it went pretty well. And the best bit about it is Lee Neal covered up his watch because he didn't want to know what pace he was running. And he stuck on my back for the whole race. And his PB before the race was 18:15. He came in 36:49.
Wow.
12 seconds behind me.
I had a feeling Lee would do really, really well. Old Bouquet Lee Neal.
Yeah.
I knew he would do well because when he ran that Babs Mill 5 miler in 30 minutes, that's shifting, that is, isn't it? And he looked so good when he was doing the muddy bumble bimble with me.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But by the way, Lee, Andy came up with that on the way back, and we've decided that is your new nickname, is Kenenisa Bouquet Lee Neal, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, we'll start calling him Ken for sure.
Yeah,
Ken Neal. I like that. But yeah, no, congratulations to you as well, Lee. But congratulations to you absolute dog. I can't believe you ran that. That's absolutely immense.
I know.
So what was your 5K
happy.
split again?
18:06.
And your fastest all year has been
19:06 at Parkrun a couple of weeks before.
That is absolute carnage.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
I'm very happy.
You saying that as well about the 5K split being gun time. I didn't even clock that at the time.
Yeah. No, neither did I. I went through thinking that was my 5K split, but no, it was 10 seconds faster than that.
Yeah. I remember seeing it say like 1940 mid or something like that. I was like, well, that's a bit quick. Turns out it was 90. Well, I'll get round to mine in a bit, won't I? Yeah. But yeah, it was.
Well happy. I mean, I went over 6 minute miling a couple of miles, but then kept on bringing it back down to sub 6 minute miles, and I had a strong last mile, and I don't know where that performance came from, but I'm really really happy with it.
You must be buzzing. That's a ridiculous performance.
I would say for most of the race, I would say Lee was probably a couple of seconds behind me. He was just on my shoulder. There was one fantastic bit of the race, which it was one of my highlights of the race. Was we were probably 2/3 of the way into the race, and so about 4 mile in, and I held up my camera and pointed it behind me. And as I pointed the camera behind me, I've got a bit of Lee putting his thumb up, and he puts his thumb up, puts it down, and goes, "It's all right, Brett, I'm still here." and I was like, "That's brilliant." I was like, "Good lad, Nee, good lad."
I thought you were going to say you caught him having a blast on his cigar.
No, that was after the race. But yeah, it was ace. And I'd say he was probably about 2 or 3 seconds behind me for most of the race. But at the finish, I managed to have 12 seconds on him. And do you know what I think it was that made me have that 12 seconds and put that extra pace in at the end? We ran past TQ and AQ. And TQ pointed his camera at me and went, "I don't want to alarm you, but there is someone right on your tail."
I think that made the Q on the Run video, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
I remember seeing that.
And I just went, right then, if he is that close behind me, I can't let Lee come past me. So I just put in an extra bit of effort towards the end. But yeah, it's fantastic.
Did you feel that though at Telford? Like you put the burners on towards the end, but so did everybody else.
Yeah.
Like the whole field had like a magnetic pull. Like the finish line, it was like this massive I thought it was in Lost. This massive magnet on the finish line was like where people normally are starting to drop like flies. It wasn't really happening, and for me that made the difference. Was the field was
it's not a fast course. If it wasn't for everybody absolutely gunning it, it wouldn't be as quick as it is. But it's just the class of the field running is so good. It just improves everybody, and everybody's there to run fast.
There's almost like this. You could run, and this is in no way a jibe at anyone that runs slower than elites, but you can be like a 64-minute 10K-er, but you can have that elite mentality. You can just smell that kind of will to do. I will do well today in the air. It's just in the air, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I haven't felt that since Valencia, you know. Valencia Marathon has got a very similar feeling to the Telford 10K. Yeah. And you go there to run fast and you go there to run your best. And it was almost a nerve. Were you feeling nervous at the start? I was.
A little bit, yeah. But I love that being in the start line surrounded by people who are all going to go for it. Sharpen my elbows to get out fast.
Yeah, it's good to run like that, isn't it? You need to run like...
I had to say sorry to so many people who I barged out the way as I was going down that first, 400 metres.
Well, you know, you said you ran a 5:37 mile.
Yeah.
I'd say about a third of that is uphill.
Yeah.
So God knows what you must have started at.
Yeah, but a lot of it's downhill as well, isn't it? So.
Well, I know, but I wouldn't be surprised if your first 400 to 600 metres was in the fours. You must have been close to a 5-minute mile.
Yeah.
But, you probably weren't far away.
Yeah, but it was ice. I loved it. And what I was going to say, it was the first time that I'd put super shoes on since I've been back. So it's the first time I've worn anything other than my Supernova Prima and my Adizero SL.
So you
Evo,
had
Evo SL.
the trampolines on.
Yeah. So actually, I've retired 2 pairs of shoes this week.
Have you?
My Supernova Primas have hit 500 mile, so they are now retired. They will no longer be running. And my Evo SLs, my first pair, have now hit 300 mile, but they've also got a stupid amount of walking miles in them as well from when I was coming back from my injury. So after I had my hernia operation, a few weeks later, they said I could start walking. So I was just doing loads of walking. So they've done way more than 300 mile. But yeah, so I've retired those 2 pair of shoes. And do you know what I've replaced them with? So my Supernova Prima, I've replaced them with
another pair of Primas.
Another pair of Supernova Prima. And my Evo SLs, I've replaced them with
another pair of Evo SLs.
Another pair of Evo SLs, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
So, yeah, all good. But, yeah, let's move on to the amazing result that you had on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, I am going to get my my prediction from the screen in front of me.
Yeah.
And my prediction was...
Oh, you were close. 39-39.
Yes.
Wow.
That was my prediction. Written on the back of...
yeah. the ball bags.
Yeah.
You were very close. I'm glad you didn't show me that, I think, beforehand. Because it might have psyched me out. But I went for it. I ran as hard as I could on the day. I started fast. I didn't feel bad about it. And I'm glad I did, because I got home in 30. I can't believe my 10K time is now in the 30s. 39:46 chip time. So so you were 7 seconds off.
Yeah.
So that's quite. I was a minute and a half off. Well, a minute and 10 or something like that off your prediction. But yeah, that was amazing, some race. Mate. That was some race. That really was. And I had a comment on my thing. Not in like, oh, you should have done this. It was like, I think they meant well. But a guy said to me, he said, "Oh, imagine if you negative splitted it.
Nah.
I think how well you could have done." But people don't know if they weren't there. A, how fast that downhill is. B, how fast the field is. And C, what my mentality was. Because my mentality was sub 40 by any means necessary.
Yeah.
And I think up to the half marathon distance, and well, definitely up to marathon distance, I think I'm done with negative splits now. Apart from marathons, like I don't. I've been watching too much Jake Barraclough. I don't run smart anymore. That's probably the last running smart I'll ever do. Now I'm just going to be running hard, and then trying to hang on. Because I was thinking about this week, and I think that now I'm doing a bit more harder and faster running at club, running with people that, like, I'm one of the slowest runners really at club. It almost forces you to raise your game a bit, and twice a week, let alone, once at a race. Like, I've got to try and keep up with the group to complete the session, and that mentality is sort of drip feeding its way into my race day kind of mindset, and it's massively helping. And all the times where I've tried to hang on and I just couldn't, I wasn't mentally tough enough, I'm slowly learning now. You have to learn to get tough.
Yeah, you have to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
And it takes many failures to do that. And I will wear that. It's something I'm not good at. I'm not good at living in that zone. But that I think is going to be something I'm going to improve on. And I think all the times I've moaned and slagged off 10Ks, saying how much I hate them. I hate them because I wasn't prepared to sit in that level of discomfort for that long. Now, I'm mad for it. I'm mad for the 5Ks. I really want to go and get a 5K PB and set off at 5:37 a mile. Like, I really want to see how long I can live at that kind of effort. And I'm getting better at it. I really do believe I am. And I positive splitted on Telford. I did a first 5K split, just 2 seconds off a 5K all-time PB.
I was going to say, what is your 5K PB? And it's 1938.
Yeah. So dude, I got through the first 5K in 1940.
That's crazy.
And then my second 5K was obviously 2006, which I'm to have backed up a 10K with a 2006.
Yeah,
I'm so pleased with that. So, and what I'm even more proud of is, if I just quickly show you the graph, if you look at my 7th K, look how much I fell off. Like I really nearly gave in, nearly gave up. And
but was that on an uphill, that 7th K?
Yeah, that was on the way to the cone, the turnaround for the second time.
On the way to the cone? Because on the way to the cone is downhill.
Well, yeah. Well, to get up to those bridges, it's uphill, isn't it? It's only down to go that 100 metres or so round the cone, then you're up again.
Well, no, when you get on the railway, it's downhill. So under the bridge and all the way down there is downhill. And then you turn around the cone and it's all uphill, back up.
Well, I'll have to have a look on Strava where my slowest K was. Because I looked on, not that I should be comparing myself to Andy Rayner, but I looked at his, when he did his video, and his 7th K was his slowest. So I wondered if there was something in that maybe there was.
Can you see mine? Can you see mine in Ks?
Yeah, I probably can. If you just give me a sec, I should try and find it. But yeah, that seventh K really did drop off, and when you're trying to, it's dangerous, isn't it? Going for you want sub 40, so you're going for 39.59. It's you've got no margin for error. Mm-hmm. And I did a 4:08 for that K, and at that moment I thought the game's gone now. Game has completely gone, and I've ruined it. So I thought the only way to get back in the game is just to get back up to that 40-minute pace and just keep telling yourself that this is going to be over soon. You just got to get through. You've got to endure it. And lo and behold, I managed to do it. And I'm going to have a look on because the desktop I can't quite find you. But yeah, I'm pleased with myself that I managed to just get through it. And yeah, I'm...
Mate, it's incredible. The fact that you've gone through 5K, 2 seconds off a 5K PB, and then held on to run that sub 40 is top notch.
So your 7 and 8 were your slowest Ks. That's how your Ks looked.
Oh, okay.
So your 5 and 6 were fairly quick,
and
obviously your first 2 were quick as well. 3:29 and a 3:34, and you finished with a 3:34 as well. But yeah, I was just pleased as well that I managed to have something. I tell you what, I knew that uphill finish was coming. So do you remember the downhill?
Yeah.
I knew that I had to sprint down there.
Used it like a slingshot.
Yeah, to take it as a run up basically, because I knew that uphill was coming for me and it was going to really hurt. So, and there was a few people on me that were trying to overtake me, and I was like, no, you're not having me. And I was, for the first time in a long time, I felt like I was racing a few people. and it's a good feeling. I really enjoyed it. Like at cross country, it's not quite been the same. I've kind of basically limped over the finish line both times, and at the 10K, I think, I wouldn't say. I mean, one guy did have me. He had a British Army top on, so I'll give him that. He's a soldier. But the other people I managed to reel in, which I was mega pleased with. So yeah,
Dennis the Menace and Nasher.
I got Dennis the Menace tonight and Nasher. I got them both. So Big Gandalf was not letting anybody past.
Yeah, amazing.
But yeah, absolutely buzzing in the sub 40 club. Only sub 3 left to get now. Yeah,
welcome. It's good to have you here.
And it feels, I feel very smug.
Yeah, but along with us racing, there was a lot of people that we knew who were also there racing. There was probably lots of people there who we know that we didn't see because there was so many people that we chatted to or said hello to as we went past, and then didn't catch them on camera or didn't have a full conversation or anything. And but we've got a list of a few people that we know of, haven't we? Yeah,
I haven't actually. I've only got people's names. I haven't got their times.
Would you like me to pull up the results?
Yeah, I was going to say to the NXTK, or you said, isn't it just Next K running club, who are just what I assume is a group of lads who just started a running club who happen to be talented runners from Worcester. So shout out to those lads. To Jamie and to Brad Price, who's going to be listening to this episode probably sometime in 2029.
Yeah.
And Luke, I think Luke is part of their club as well, Luke Henney. But Luke had an eventful one, didn't he? We mentioned him earlier.
Yeah. So Luke, I think he was 6 seconds off a PB. So he didn't quite PB. But he
was also 6 seconds off dying.
Yeah, I caught him on my video being escorted to the medical tent by Brad and one of the marshals. Yeah. And then I also got him afterwards to have a chat after he'd come back round. But he was very, very pale when he went past being dragged along. I don't think he had full control of his body or his legs. And there's a shot of him on his Instagram where he's running to the finish. He takes one step over the finish line, and it's like his brain goes, "Okay, you're finished now." And he stops his watch as he goes over the finish line, and then just collapses into somebody. And it's like his body just shuts down because it knows it's finished. It's interesting. But he ran 37 something. I think he was about 6 seconds off getting a PB. So he left it all out there. Fair play to him. He fully went for it.
Oh, I've got it. I've just watched it. He's just in the distance. So this is run with LH. And if you can there he is running over the line, and he just sort of collapses. He just sort of falls right at the very end. Yeah. Yeah, so well done.
But he spent some time in the medical tent with a foil sheet over him.
And a sleeping bag. Yeah.
Photo of him looks like cozy. He's gone camping.
Yeah. Looks like he's doing D of E.
Yeah, I absolutely love somebody who can laugh at their misfortune, and he had a good laugh with me, you, and Lee afterwards. And had a chat about it. So awesome work, Luke. And then he was off to Centre Parks to put his feet up. So
oh God, that's where he's gone, isn't it? Yeah, nice recovery for him.
Yeah, but ace. Who else was there?
The Quinies.
Yes.
TQ and AQ, I think, were the only Quiney representatives, I think.
Yeah, I think KQ was there. I didn't actually see him. Apparently he was there filming on the Silken Way, weren't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
TQ ran 35:10. And AQ ran 33:27.
Wow. Well done, lads.
Yeah, amazing work.
Nice. Andy Rayner, how did he do? He did 32 something, didn't he?
32, yeah.
32, 30-ish, maybe? 32.50?
I know it was a PB, weren't it?
Yeah.
32:34.
Wow.
Crazy. Did you see at the start of his video that somebody went down
Yeah.
and like smashed
Apparently
the face off the floor?
Yeah, I heard that. I saw that, sorry, yeah. That was unfortunate because it could happen to you. It could happen to anyone, couldn't it?
Yeah.
But you're all so tightly packed in. I mean, what are they going to do? Start another wave? They can't have 5 waves next year, can they?
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is.
That's part of the race start, though. All races are like that. That's the way it is. Everybody's trying to get off the line fast, and if you go down, unfortunately, you go down.
Unless they do it like, the Great North Run or the Birmingham Run, where you have to go through about 100 barriers first.
Yeah, it'd weave to get to the start line.
Yeah. So you feel like an Olympic skier. You feel sick by the time you get to the start. I mean, unless they do that to sort of filter the bottleneck, I don't know how they could do it.
Yeah. Who else was there? Ryan Baker ran 34:15, so he's getting back to his best. He's on his way back up. But I know in their little competition between themselves, Harry came out on top. Harry Purewell.
Yeah.
He ran a PB of 33:32. So amazing work from Harry there.
Yeah.
And then Hayley, I don't think she had the best of days, did she?
She wanted 45-ish. I think she got
and
46,
she ran
47.
46:52.
Yeah.
So,
very respectable. Very, very good. Yeah.
Still really good time. Yeah.
What about John Broome, DNF, unfortunately.
Yes.
Big JB. So does that technically make it 1-1 in the series with me and JB?
Yeah.
I think it does, John. I think it does, mate.
You're going to take it anyway, aren't you?
I will take it, my friend. I will take it.
Yeah.
And Dawn, I think Dawn did about 40.
She ran 44:54. So
Brilliant.
She was aiming for that sub 45. So she got 44:54. So amazing work. And I think she was third in her age cat as well.
Yeah.
So podium place in the age cat, which is amazing.
Who else?
Connor Rogers.
Oh yeah, we had a chat with him. He's
ran
fast.
an amazing time. He ran 30 minutes 29 seconds, which is just next level, isn't it?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And also last week's guest was there, and he ran 32:01. So that's a pretty decent time. He said he'd be happy around there, didn't he? Because he was going out to see what would happen, because his PB's 31:34, was it?
I think so, yeah.
So not far off that. So yeah.
What did he write on your Strava? I saw it. What was his comment?
He said, "You've had a day there." He said, "It was amazing seeing you three. You remind me of a honey badger."
Fearless. Oh God! Do you know that was one of the best parts of the day for me, was celebrating with you and Lee.
Oh mate,
at the end,
it was so good.
That was incredible. What a moment that'll stay with me. That will. Yeah. So brilliant.
Yeah, it was amazing. That The fact you crossed the line, you looked like you were going to puke because you wiped something off your mouth, and you were like, "Oh," and then you just pointed your watch at us, and we were like, "No way!" And then, it just some bouncing around, squealing ensued, and then you went, "I think I am going to be sick."
Yeah, and Lee was like, "Good."
But if anybody does want to see what we got up to, you can watch our videos on our YouTube channels. But it was a good day, wasn't it? It was great.
Yeah, and I'd recommend the race, especially if you want to really go up against yourself and some other fast runners as well, have a look at Telford 10K. And by the sounds of things, you've got to get in quick. But there is a Facebook page, I think it's just Telford 10K, number swap or something like that. And there apparently are... I read as well, there was something like 50 or 100 DNSs.
Yeah, there was loads who didn't.
Or more than that,
start,
maybe.
yeah.
People that just didn't even turn up.
Yeah.
And apparently it happens every year. So, but fair play to that guy. Is it Dave Mansbridge?
Yes.
He just seems like a blooming... Is he on the mic as well, Dave?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But
he's so on it, isn't he? Like,
he's a
he
workhorse,
literally
isn't he?
is the person that emails you. He puts basically the event together. It's a Telford AC race, technically, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good race, man. And it's like, you've just got to forget the fact that it's tight, narrow paths and everything that a road 10K normally is. But I think that helps because you've got pack running. Yeah. And the tighter you are in together, the less that you can sort of segregate yourself from the race. And sometimes when you're having a race or you want a breather, you sort of get yourself away from a pack, don't you? You can't do that in Telford. You're in it. You're in it until to the end. Yeah. So it's quite a suffocating race, and not everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's mine.
Yeah, it was ace. Really, really, really good. But yeah, what a year you've had.
Well, what a 6 months really, because first half of the year I didn't do anything. I got a half marathon PB to start the year, which was nice in February. But apart from that, I didn't really do a lot. Leeds didn't go that well. So I haven't got a marathon PB in 2025. But in the last 3 months I've had two half marathon PBs and 2 10K PBs. And nearly a 5K PB within a 10K.
Well, we're going to break that soon. We're going to break that.
We are. We're going to have a festive smash up, aren't we, on the 5K?
Yes.
So one more chance to do it.
Yeah. Right. Last thing we need to do is...
No, there's one more thing.
What?
You've got an end of the podcast Christmas special quiz.
Have you seen the time?
I know. I'll do it quickly. It's a good one.
Should we do it anyway?
Yeah.
Go on.
We're going to do it anyway.
Or shall I do this first and then we can end on that?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, the Strava segment. Right. So, quickly go through last week's leaderboard. For our distance, first place was Jonathan Hutchinson with 82.5 miles. Second was Ryan Gowan with 74 miles on the nose. And third was Kyle Blacketer with 72.4 miles. So awesome work. An honourable mention as well in fourth place, just missing out, was friend of the podcast, Mac Ashworth. Then with our climbing, in first place was Jack Blackburn with 7,343 foot of climbing. Incredible, Jack. Second place was Ryan Gowan with 4,839 foot. And third was Richard Kane with 4,117 foot. So amazing work. And then for our ladies, top three for distance. First was Rachel Watson with 63.3 miles. Second was Victoria Lee with 39.4 miles. And third was Leanne Byard with 32.2 miles. And then for our climbing, first place was Jackie Wilson with 2,851 foot. Second was Aveen D with 2,163 foot. And third was Lisa Thomas with 2,123 foot. So amazing work, everybody. Just quickly, our last one of the year. Shall we go with your 10K time?
Why don't we add our 2 times together?
Oh, okay. So 36 plus 39. Come on, Andy.
66.
Come on. Try again.
76. It is nearly midnight.
76, are you sure? Do you want to try again? 36 and 39.
75. 75, final answer.
So, in 75th place last week was Neil Marsh.
Marshy. I've met Marshy.
Ah. So Neil Marsh ran 33.5 miles over 7 different runs. His longest one was 13.1 miles. He ran an average over those 33.5 miles of 9 minutes a mile. And he climbed 632 foot.
I'll tell you who Neil is. Do you remember at the Leeds Marathon, someone had "It's on"?
Oh, yeah.
On their t-shirt. That was Neil.
Amazing.
What a hero.
Neil, send us an email and let us know a bit more about your running as well as wearing a t-shirt saying "It's on." Amazing.
Right, so are you ready then for Brett's end of the podcast quiz at the end of the podcast? Christmas special. Right, now this is not Christmas themed, but the connection is Christmas themed.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Okay, and the questions are a little bit random. Okay, question 1. If you saw Mom from really far away, what would you see? If you saw Mom from really far away, what would you see? Shall I move on? I'll move on to the next question.
A little Mom.
Yeah. Just write an answer and see if you can get the correct answer.
Yeah.
In question 2, Christmas themed, of course, the connection. In prison lingo.
No, I've just worked it out.
Have you got it?
Yeah, you would say Tiny Tim.
Have you got the connection already?
Yeah, Christmas Carol, amazing.
Question 2. In prison lingo, what is a term for a prison guard? I got this from watching Bad Girls. Jim Fenner. Jim Fenner. Shell Dockley.
What is it? We're in prison. What's the term for a prison guard?
Yeah.
A screw. Scrooge.
Correct. Yes. On question 3. On the 7th of May 2003, what happened on my driving test?
You were visited by the ghost of Christmas past.
Well, I didn't fail. I
out of nowhere. In Christmas past.
Yes. Question 4. Queen Victoria's reign transformed Christmas into a family-centric holiday, popularising what main thing that is still done today? Giving
Gifts.
Otherwise known as
Presents. Christmas presents. Amazing.
And finally, question 5. You are the only person who might know the answer to this. What is the name of the type font used for running the red line?
Christmas Futura.
Futura. I can't believe I should have put Tiny Tim last. I'm really
brilliant.
If you saw Mom from really far away, what would you see? 5 to 7 I made this. We do our podcast at 7 o'clock.
Love it. Love it.
Tiny Tim.
That is brilliant.
Oh,
well, what a way to end the pod.
I was going to do, instead of a screw, I was going to do questions about screw fix. Scrooge fix, but I don't know if that would have worked or not, so we went with screw.
Brilliant. Mate, what a way to end the pod and what a way to end the year.
Oh, that was one of my favourite quizzes. I can't believe you got it straight away. Small Mom.
I can't believe I got the answer to your Christmas past without even realising I got the answer.
You were visited by the ghost of Christmas past. Just real quick. Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Will you be park running?
Hopefully, I'm trying to work out where, because Arrow Valley's not on. So my usual Christmas Day haunt won't be happening this year. So I've got to decide on where to travel to for Christmas Day. Yeah,
your options are maybe is it Edgbaston or Cannon Hill?
Yeah, there's Cannon Hill.
There's Worcester Woods.
I think Babs Mill might be on. And then there's Worcester Woods. So
yeah. Well, I'll be at the Woods.
Oh, you'll be at the Woods? I might see you there on Christmas Day then. Yeah,
Daisy, it's becoming tradition to do Worcester Woods Parkrun. I might dress as an elf. Maybe I'll go as Tiny Tim. Small Mom.
Mom.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, this is the last pod of the year. We will be back in January, but we are going to get together, me and you, aren't we? And we are going to film a little bit of a bonus episode before the end of the year. So look out for that on our YouTube channel. But I want to say a massive, massive thank you to every single one of our listeners or watchers over these past 2 years. It's crazy, the community that has been built and the support we get from everyone. Where we wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you lot listening and sharing in the joys that we get from putting out silly podcasts each week. So thank you so much to everybody for listening and your support.
Yeah, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. And it's been a blast. It's been a good year. And here is to a very good and very prosperous 2026.
Yes. Happy Christmas, everybody. And we'll see you next year. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, all.